The way the Bible describes the return of Jesus is exactly the way the book of Exodus describes how Moses returned from Mount Sinai. The scripture says that when Jesus returns from heaven, or Mount Zion, the New Jerusalem, there will be a loud trumpet blast. Well, in the book of Exodus, when Moses returned from Mount Sinai, what happened? There was a loud trumpet blast.
Moses!
Woe unto thee, O Israel!
And when Moses was meeting with God, the people were complaining.
Ask Aaron. Could anyone live on that fiery summit for 40 days and 40 nights?
Yes, by the will of God.
Who knows the will of God? Do you?
32 days since Moses went up the mountain, and no sign of him.
Are we to wait here forever? Did we come up from Egypt to be abandoned in the desert?
Yeah.
Go back!
They were saying, why is he taking so long to return? Where is Moses? He said he was going to come back. What's taking so long? It's all a parallel. Because in the same way, the scripture says that before Jesus returns, the world will say, where is this coming he promised? He said he was going to return. It's almost been 2,000 years. Where is he? What is taking so long? You see, it was trying to tell us this would happen in the story of Moses, that there would be a long return, and because of that, people would fall away. And when Moses finally did return from Mount Sinai, many people had turned against him. When he came and he returned to his people, those who were on God's side were told to come to him.
Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come to me.
But those who had turned against him and started worshiping idols, they were destroyed. Well, in the same way, the scripture tells us that when Jesus returns, those who are on God's side will be caught up to him. They will come to him. It's all there. The entire pattern, it will be repeated. It's all laid out right there before the New Testament was even written. You see, even Jesus said that he was within the story of Moses. And so these are just a few of them. There are a lot more parallels, and that's one of the beautiful things about reading the Bible. You get to discover them. For instance, when they use the lamb's blood to be saved from the angel of death, that's a parallel to how we are covered by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus, to be saved from death. Another one. Notice how before Moses returned, what were the people doing? They were worshiping a false god, and then they were destroyed, right? The same thing happens when Jesus returns. Before he returns, the world will be worshiping what? A false god, the Antichrist. The golden calf represents the Antichrist, and Moses returning parallels with Jesus returning, and he's very upset that the world has started to worship this false being. And then those on his side are saved. Those who worship the false calf or the Antichrist, well, we know what happens to them.